Hello friends, Dr. Professor Kr.Chakrabarti on behalf of BnCMS Study Festivity. Right now I am in my 10th class on economics. So class number 10. The topic is branches of economics. The previous class concentrated on the overall discussion on the economy, on the topic subject economics. But today I have already told you in the last class that there will be 3 or 4 classes on branches of economics. First class has been completed. Now the second class on branches of economics, it is class number 2. So friends, here I have started the analysis of the different classes, different branches. As I have already told you in the previous class, that the subject economics has got 2 branches. One for the smallest segment of the economic units, smallest segment like customers, resource allocators, firms like them, they are known as the smallest segment, and the term small in Greek it is micros, M-I-K-R-O-S, macro small, and this with the help of this word we have got the English word micro. So micro refers to the smallest segment of economic unit. So it is the smallest economic unit. So today I am taking up macroeconomics, and in the next class you can take up the discussion on macroeconomics. Now, what is macroeconomics? The definition has been written, I have told you many times. Now here I have written over here, micro refers to small segment. For those who are interested in very concise learning, for them it has been made. So micro refers to small segment. The origin is micros, M-I-K-R-O-S. It is the Greek letter. And definition of macroeconomics, it is the study of behavior. I have already told you economics is concerned with the study of behavior as to the allocation of resources, allocation of wealth and resources and money for the purpose of meeting the unlimited needs and wants and desires and demand. Okay, so you have your unlimited needs, unlimited demand, unlimited desire, unlimited want, and all these are satisfied with the help of limited resources, limited amount, limited money, and herein lie the question of proper planning, proper principle, and all these are contained in the subject economics. And here, when we have considered the smallest segment, we are in the area of microeconomics. Clear? So microeconomics is the study of behavior of individual decision making unit. Individual, it is the individual, not the group. When the question of group is there, then it will come under the purview of macroeconomics. Okay, so it is some individual decision making units such as customers, resource owners, and the firms. Okay, so this is the definition of micro. This microeconomics is segregated under the different heads, under the different areas. Number 1, the for demand, there is a theory. For demand, there is a theory. Good number of related theories are over there, and all are coined under the head theory of demand. Okay, theory of demand. So demand theory is concerned with how much to be demanded, what is the relation between demand and price, and many other things. All will be taken up for discussion separately in detail. So demand theory is concerned with all the rules, regulations, principles, programs, with decision making aspects with respect to the demand of the customers. Okay. Then when demand is there, supply must be there. When you are demanding, I want to get it, who will give? So there must be some supplier. Who is the supplier? It is the producer who are the supplier. The task of the producer is to create the commodity, creation of utility utility on the goods of the goods and services, and it is done through production. So that area is concerned with theory of production. Theory of production, production is carried on the basically the smallest units, like the producers, the farms. All these are coined under the head production theory. Then theory of cost. If you want to produce, what for you produce? You want to produce it to sell in the market, right? आप लोग बनाते हैं क्यों? पब्लिक उसको खरीद करे, तो पब्लिक खरीद करे कितना पैसा आप लोग चार्ज कीजिएगा? How much amount would you charge? So it depends on what is the amount you have sacrificed for getting your production activities done. तो आपको प्रोडक्शन करने के लिए जितना खर्चा होते हैं, जो टोटल, that is total is the cost. So cost is what? Cost is the amount expended for the purpose of the services received. Okay, so cost is the amount sacrifices. Okay, it is the resource what you have sacrificed for getting your production activity carried on, to getting for purchasing the services of others, and that is known as theory of cost. And along with cost, the cost you add, what you do add? You add profit part, and that part will go, and that is and thereby you will fix up the price of the commodity you are going to sell. Okay, so you have to first know what is the cost. What for? So I am demanding. I means the individual unit. It may be the customer. It may be the resource provider. Okay, or it may be the firms. Okay, so they will be demanding different things, and that demand is supplied. This demand is supplied by the producer, and then comes the question of supply. So what is supply? Supply is the resources or services extended by the producing unit for getting the consumption, for getting the consumption duly done. So I have already told you there are three functions. Okay, number one, consumption, destruction of utility, production, creation of utility, and distribution. The goods are carried from the center of production to the center of consumption. Okay, so this is theory of cost. So theory of cost and production come under the purview of supply, because supply needs two things. One is production, carrying on the production process, and number two, the total cost, the expenses, the wealth which has been used for the purpose of getting the production done. Then those who are producing, what are the who produces the commodity? The commodities are produced by the who are they? They are the labor. Okay, this labor is to be paid wages. So the production activities are carried on by the four factors. Okay, you know it better. There are four factors of production. What are they? Land. It is the premise on which you will carry on the production. Labor, who will carry on the production. Then capital, fund comes through capital. So what is capital? Capital is the amount invested in the business, and for getting the capital you have to pay the what? You have to pay the interest. So rent for land, labor for wages for labor, interest for capital, and profit for entrepreneurship or management or organization. Organization or entrepreneur. Who is regarded as an entrepreneur? Entrepreneur refers to the man who takes up who is entrepreneur? Entrepreneur is a man who takes up the responsibility to carry on the production. What does he do? He makes the lands ready. He takes the amount. He collects the amount from the market or whatever sources, and he also hired the labor for carrying on the production. So land, labor, and capital, these are collected, these are utilized for the purpose of carrying on production. So the man is carrying on so much activities. He has been shouldering huge amount of responsibility. What for? He must be remunerated, he must be remunerated, and that remuneration is regarded as the profit. So profit, what is profit? Profit is the payment made to the entrepreneur or the organizer or the management. Okay, so these are the factors, and these all there is rent theory, there is wages theory, there is theory of capital and theory of profit. All are come under the purview of theory of distribution. Theory of distribution. This theory of distribution is known as factor pricing theory. So there is product pricing of the product which is sold in the market. Factors are the things which are utilized for the purpose of production, that is, and to pay these, so there will be a separate theory, and that is known as factor pricing. Basically it is the theory of distribution. Why it is called the theory of distribution? Because customers will demand goods, you will sell them, okay, that is, you will supply. So there are two things. One is demand. The person demanding, the demand will be made through supply. Here is demand. The demander will pay for the commodities they are getting, and they will give the commodities. So goods and services will go from the supplier to the customers, and from the customers to the supplier will come what? It is the price. And what would the price, what would the entrepreneur do with the price? The entrepreneur will meet the responsibilities. What are the responsibilities? Because he has taken land here for the purpose of carrying on production, so he has to pay the interest on the land utilized. He has hired labor for carrying on the production activity, so the labors have to be paid, and what is paid to the labor is known as wages. And then he has to pay the interest, because the fund he has been utilizing, the fund he has taken, the fund he has been utilizing, all will have to be repaid. It is the price for the capital, that is known as interest, and ultimately the remaining amount will go to his custody. It will be his share, and that is the share of entrepreneurship or management or organization, and that is known as profit. Okay, so this originally, here we are concerned with product pricing, here we are concerned with the factor pricing. That is why microeconomics is regarded as the pricing theory. It is known as price theory or pricing theory. What is pricing theory? Pricing theory is that which explains the process of allocation of economic resources along the alternative line of production on the basis of the relative prices of various goods and services. Okay, this is the price for the relative resources. What are the resources? Number one, land, which you have to pay, that is interest. Labor who have been deployed for carrying on the production, what they will be paid? They will be paid the wages. You have taken the amount, you have taken the fund for meeting your expenses, production expenses, and that is interest you have to pay, and your service, your means the entrepreneur service or the organizer service will be paid off by the remaining amount, and that is known as entrepreneurial payment or organizational payment for the entrepreneurship, payment for the organization, or payment for the manager. Here, friends, I would like to come here. The one term I am like to use, normal profit. This is not stated in your book. Normal profit I am telling you, because this is the normal payment, minimum payment that will have to be make to the entrepreneur. But the entrepreneur can make extra profit, and that is known as super profit. And this super profit is some different issue, and it is this super profit is earned by the entrepreneur, by the organizer, by the management, who can deploy some additional traits, additional quality, that is the super quality. So the organizers having better quality, super quality will be having the additional earning, that is super profit, and that not I am coming, that is not being considered over here, that is the different issue. So total discussion today, it is section second discussion on the branches of economics. I have already told you economics has got two branches, as Ragnar French has said, microeconomics and macroeconomics. Micro means largest, comprehensive, that will be taken up tomorrow in class number 3. But today's class is concentrating on is being concentrated on microeconomics. This is the classification of microeconomics, product pricing, factor pricing, and since the question of pricing is there, it is known as price theory. Okay, the product pricing has got two dimensions, two broad classification, theory of demand and theory of supply. Theory of supply is again divided into two parts, theory of production and theory of cost. Then the total amount which you have got through the sale of goods and services will be distributed among the among the different factors. What are the factors? Land, labor, capital organization. For land, rent; for labor, wages; for capital, interest; and for organization, profit. And there is another branch, a branch of microeconomics, that is welfare economics. It is beyond your purview right now, so I am not making any discussion over here at present. Later on, in a separate class, in one or two separate classes, I would consider welfare economics. Okay, so friends, thank you very much. This is the second class on branches of economics, and it is concentrated on microeconomics. So thank you very much. Be safe, stay tuned with us, make necessary comment. Okay, thanks a lot.